Hey, this is Gary.
And I'm Tyler from All Consuming Podcast.
And this is the KingdomCore Podcast. We got some old pictures on that.
No, there's
screenshots
from last year's episode, and I was going to mention that when we.
That's so funny,
What
guys. That was
wearing?
literally like a year ago.
It was a year ago.
I checked the episode came out on like the 14th, I think.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My beard a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Have you been growing it the whole time?
Yeah, I trim
You
it
trim
like
it?
every
Okay.
month or two.
Looks like you brushed it out
It
just
just
for you
gets
guys
kinda
today,
thin.
too.
Yeah, I let myself go a little bit here the last month or so.
Yeah, Tyler was like, I usually get on with Tyler at the end of the day, and I don't even comb it or anything. My beard's just kind of like tightly together, and he's like, "Oh, you
You
fluffed
could do
your
one of
beard."
those like Egyptian.
You
like,
do that for Sean and Chris,
I-
but you won't do it for me. That's what really frustrates me.
Sorry, I'll go
It's
get
like
it
we've
blown
been
out
married
next
for like 10 years. You should perm it.
Oh, can you imagine? Just get it blown out, just like flowy.
My wife wants me to get a beard straightener.
Oh,
No, is that a thing, or would it just be a hair straightener?
It is a hair straightener, but it has fancy comb hooks that grab onto the beard and heat
Dude,
it
that's
as it
kind of
goes down.
cool. Why is your beard like a very like wavy or curly? Or
No, I
it's
mean
pretty
it is
curly.
like spirally,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but no, it would make it look like a wall. You know,
I want to see that at some point. In my
That would
life.
be pretty
yeah,
cool.
I don't want to see that.
Oh,
All right. Well.
this is great podcast content.
Sure
We
is.
should have recorded.
Oh, it is recording.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's
30 minutes in already. I'm definitely using that as our intro.
That's awesome.
Well, Sean,
Yeah, well, Chris,
all right. Do you want to do the honors?
I will. Welcome back to the KingdomCore Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Sean. We got Chris here,
Yo.
and we got two other dudes who host a podcast.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Howdy.
What are your names and what do you do?
Oh, you need our names? My name is Tyler, and I like to party.
Didn't this happen last time?
I think it did. I feel like we're
What are
reliving
you
the same.
doing? My name is Tyler, and yes, I like to party.
No, you're supposed to say you're Gary.
My name's Tyler. I am half of All Consuming Podcast, more like a quarter. I think Gary's 3/4 of it, and I'm just there to make people laugh, and Gary does like everything else.
No,
But I'm just kidding. I'm half.
Tyler, I couldn't do it without you,
I
buddy.
appreciate that. And then the other guy
This
over
sounds
here.
like Sean and I.
This is real cute.
And who are you down there?
Wait, who's
Oh, you're
one on
down
the
to
bottom
me.
there?
Sorry. What's your name?
Who are you pointing to?
don't know who you're
Our
pointing
Our screens are all going to be different.
This guy.
Is that Chris to you?
That's Chris. To me, he's pointing at you, Chris.
Okay.
Okay,
I was trying to
well,
say, Gary,
in the
you should
final
introduce
edit,
yourself.
Tyler's going to be the bottom right.
This is wild, guys.
Oh my gosh. Everybody has already left the
Yeah,
episode
dude.
by now.
Absolutely.
Well,
We can
Yeah.
start over.
we could.
Welcome
We're not
to
doing
the
that.
album draft of 2024.
Oof.
The KingdomCore.
Second
album draft.
annual
Let's go.
all-consuming pass.
Every March, it's a
KingdomCore.
new tradition.
Yes, it is.
And we were just told about it today.
That's not true.
A new
We
tradition.
gave you guys time to prep. What are you talking
That is
about?
true.
We
That
gave
is
you time
true.
to prep. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
I was,
Tyler prepped better than last time.
Yeah.
You know what? I did. I prepped specifically different than last year to where I didn't put impending doom for every single deathcore, sleeping giant for every single hardcore pick. Yeah.
Oh, man. But you know what's funny is he's like, since this is fantasy, he's like the guy who does no mock drafts before fantasy football and wins the league.
Dude,
Because he won in all the polls and all the comment
Was it
sections.
Tyler? I
last
thought it was
time.
Gary that won. I'm having
No, I'm pretty. It was
me.
Tyler
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah,
'Cause you had Breaker, you had Sleepy G,
Yeah.
in the Midst of Lions.
I mean, those two just won it all
Yeah.
together there.
And everyone was just like, I don't care which album that is. I like them better.
See, and that's what I'm excited about. Like, are they really going to care if it's artwork, or are they just going to see an awesome album and be like, yo, that album rips.
Well,
I'm voting for him.
for the one category, we are actually doing album covers. So that one is going to be artwork based. Hopefully.
That is going to be
Artwork
for us.
Yeah.
But people who probably haven't heard the last one, the first one, are probably really confused right now.
Definitely
So
go back because you're going to be missing some lore.
Keep them confused.
It will keep them confused. No, so we are doing, if you are unfamiliar with like fantasy football, fantasy sports, we're doing a fantasy Christian metal rock albums draft where basically we have, instead of like positions like quarterback, wide receiver, running back, we have different categories of albums, which I will get into in a minute. And we take turns in a draft, drafting what we think is the best until we all have 5 albums each. And then you guys, the fans, get to vote on what you guys think had the best lineup.
Let's go.
Yeah. And we're gonna spin this wheel with our faces on it from last episode. Mm-hmm. This is going to determine our draft order.
But before that, Chris, you got to let them know what are the album categories.
Yes.
Categories. Okay. So we got 5 categories, kind of like last time. But whereas we went just purely genre based last time, we got more specific topical kind of stuff going on. So we got debut records. So the first album from a band. We got pre-2000s records. So anything from 1999 and earlier. I think there's going to be some awesome picks in there.
That's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely.
Concept records, which apparently a couple of the people in this podcast had a trouble with that concept.
Apparently, who would have a problem with that?
I don't know who those people are.
Then we also have category 4. We have EPs. So just something that qualifies as an extended play from a band. I mean, it doesn't have to be 5 songs or 3 songs. It could be 7 songs, depending on the length. But as long as it's not an LP, we're good. And lastly, our last category, cover art. So we're doing that one based purely on the artwork. And you guys are going to get to vote. Everybody listening will get to go vote to determine the winner. We are going to have a Instagram post that will have all of our final picks when we're done this episode. So you can go and actually, in a poll, vote for who you thought had the best overall team, so to speak, with the best overall picks. So I think there was some confusion last time that we did this with some of the listeners. This isn't a knowledge test or memory test of every band in the scene. There, we got a lot of, oh, you forgot this band. No, we didn't. We just didn't.
A lot of people wondering where Living Sacrifice was.
Yeah. So this is just purely, we're trying to come up with a well-rounded team and hopefully something that you all listening will deem the best. So
yes, and
it's all fun.
We can explain the rules real quick. So a band can only be chosen once. So if a band's album is chosen for like a debut, they cannot be chosen for any other, and it can't be even if it's not that same album. So from any other person in the game. So once they are said,
which was a surprise last year. That was a surprise to us. Like we're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
especially to Tyler.
I think that was only a surprise to Tyler. Yeah, songs. And he still won.
Deathcore. All right, here we go. Death will reign. Yeah. Perfect. There will be violence. Perfect. Oh, all of those are gone. I'm done. Is there any other Christian deathcore? It turns out there was. So I was.
Big and actually at the time I think because I picked With Blood Comes Cleansing for my deathcore pick, and then I said I regretted the choice. They had just come back into the scene, and now so much has happened in the last year. It's crazy. We'll see what happens by the time we get to a 2025 draft.
Absolutely,
you never know.
For real,
we speak truth.
We do. I remember the first time, this is completely off topic, but kind of similar to what Chris said. The first time we had you guys on, like 2 years ago, we were talking about how we wanted Blindside to go play
Furnace Fest.
silence for the 20-year at Furnace Fest, and literally the day after we recorded, they announced that. So there,
And I was there.
Who knows? Maybe we can try to quote unquote manifest some crazy things on this show today.
Didn't realize that bands are just listening to us and waiting for us to say something, right? They're just waiting for Sean and Chris to say, "Hey, how will you guys get back together?" And then they're like, "Let's do it."
Speaking of Manifest, I am going through a discography listen through right now.
Of Manifest?
So sorry.
The rapper guy?
Prayers up for Chris right now.
I just had to.
I know one song. I know one song by Manifest.
You are
Impossible?
Canadian. So
I loved Manifest when I was like 15.
That was the song that a friend showed me, and I discovered 1,000 Foot Crutch because of that song. And that got me into rock.
Oh, they are Canadian, huh?
Yeah.
And you're Canadian.
Yeah, Trevor McNevin founded Manifest.
Really?
Or like he discovered Manifest.
When you say founded, it
Not
sounds like he
founded.
started.
I meant like he found him. Like
That's
yeah,
cool.
That's true.
That's cool.
past tense of found.
Yeah.
He founded them.
He finded them.
Okay.
Oh man.
So we
all right.
are gonna
so we
spin
are
the
going to
wheel.
spin the wheel of death.
see it.
And that is going to tell us our draft order.
Okay.
Also, we're doing what's called a snake draft, meaning
Yeah, no,
we
Tyler.
pick an order.
I want Tyler to explain what a snake draft is.
So a
Tyler,
snake draft
explain the
is
snake
this.
draft.
Okay, there's 4 of us. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what? 4 goes again. Then it goes back to 3, 2, 1. And then 1 goes again. So on and so forth.
It's like Settlers of Catan when you start and you get to put your
Right,
pieces
no,
down and
exactly.
pick
It's
your
like
spot.
fantasy football, Gary.
Oh, that's what I
That's
meant. Yeah. It's like football.
Can we call this
It's like
episode "It's Like Catan"?
You guys, you're attracting the wrong audience.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
We'll start
I
a
love
board
Settlers.
game podcast.
Settlers is fun. I love it.
All right. So,
All right, let's do this, guys.
let's do it.
is this for whoever gets to go first? Is that we're doing it?
Yes,
Okay.
I think we're doing it in order. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We're gonna click spin in 3, 2, 1. Drum roll.
Oh, that looks like me. Oh, it's me.
Sean gets to go
Oh,
first.
shoot. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. So great. I guess you guys
Alright.
can't hear the clapping. can
Now I
you?
got to start going over my albums already. Figure out what I want to
Okay.
take off the board
We're
first.
going to remove Sean, and we're going to spin again. Here we go.
Go.
Is anyone keeping notes of this?
Yes,
And what who's
I
picking
will
what?
be the timekeeper, or whatever we called
You're
it
the
last
secretary.
time. Yeah. Tyler.
Yes.
Oh, look, he's celebrating in the
Okay, why
picture,
did you
too.
take
It's
that
perfect.
screenshot of me? What am I doing?
I literally skimmed the video clips that we had trying to find.
That's what you found? Is that what I look like, Gary?
Yeah, look, you just put up a new poster.
When you're
wall flag in the
laughing and
background.
leaning back.
Oh,
All right, here we go. Number 3. Oh no!
Crap.
Oh.
dude, 4th is good. You get 2.
Nah, Gary, that's cool because you basically get 2 first rounders.
Right, and we have to spin it anyways. We gotta give it to Gary
spin
his
it.
moment.
I hope
in
it
the
doesn't land on
spotlight.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it Gary? I don't know. Oh!
Gary.
Oh, Gary. I like that photo of you, Gary.
Yeah,
Remember when
he's
I used
very
to wear
stoic,
contacts all the time?
Right? I picked that on purpose.
It is very stoic.
Very stoic.
I'm probably looking at like an album up here.
Have to be.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, I'm gonna write this order down here. So we got Sean up first, and we're gonna do his picks. So I have that ready.
I don't know which one to choose
So,
first.
like before, you can pick any category that you want
I know.
at any point. So
Crap.
you don't have to
Okay.
go in order of how we listed.
Right. No, I totally get it.
So you get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
You get to start the upsets.
I do. All right. I'm going to start off with cover art.
Whoa. Getting that out
You're
of
gonna ruin someone's time right
There's
now.
one.
There's
one
I'm going to
thing.
ruin Chris's time right now. I think Chris already knows. I am going to go with Dominion by War of Ages. I know Chris wanted Alpha so badly.
What an alpha!
Dang, dude.
Oh my god!
Update my
You
notes.
ruined that with Dominion. Come on.
I did.
Oh, it is good.
Because Dominion.
Art is fire.
It is.
Like we said when we interviewed Leroy, I think Dominion is better than Alpha. And if I'm being honest, obviously Dominion is a better album
it's a
than
better
Alpha.
album.
And we know that a lot of people don't understand what we're doing. So they may just see Dominion and be like, that's a great record. I'm going to vote for that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have to
So
go.
you were that-
It is also...
kind of gonna call pulling.
I just
Sean.
listened to your guys' Dominion album recently, and I agree with you, Gary, I believe it was, who said it is your favorite War of Ages album. It is my favorite War of Ages album as well.
Interesting.
It's good. It's so good.
It's so good.
All right. My pick, right?
All right, Tyler. Yep.
Okay, so I am going to go EPs first.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Get an EP out of the way, and I think it's one of the best EPs ever created. The Zombie EP by The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, man.
It's not Christian. Though. That's good.
I would like to thank
No, that's Christian.
I would like to thank Gary for reminding me about that earlier.
I forgot that EP existed. That wasn't even on my list.
It's right here on my wall.
Oh, man.
And now it's right here
What a
on my
tremendous
list.
EP.
Well done. That's a good.
That's a good one.
That's a good pick.
That is a heavy hitter off the
right.
board immediately.
Just realized I had Devil Wears Prada in a few categories. Boy, I was not organized.
I don't even know if I put them on here. Did I put them? I don't even have them on my whole list. Okay. Oh, what do I do? This is hard because this is my chance to steal the debut record from Sean. Because I feel like I know what he's probably putting.
You have no clue what I'm choosing for that?
Okay.
I can promise you that.
Or 3000s. Oh,
Or
this
do you-
is so
do you?
hard. This is so hard. I hate this game. Why do I put myself through this?
We're in round one, bro.
No, it's
Yeah.
so much pressure.
Chris, you can't just choose Constellation's first pick this year.
I didn't put August Burns Red on here at all, just so you know.
Oh, man.
Well, my cover art is kind of blown. My first choice, so. Okay. Pre-2000s records.
Oh.
There's
Don't do
actually a lot. I want to say all of them, but I feel like this is probably the best.
That's why I'm gonna go last. I'm hoping you guys pick all the ones I want to do, but I have a lot for pre-2000s.
All right. I'm hoping I'm not blowing my whole game right now, but pre-2000s record from 1997, Reborn by Living.
Oh.
Yeah, Living Sacrifice. Okay. I got confused for a second and I was like, this isn't a debut record. I was thinking.
No, that's a
Okay.
great
I second guessed
album.
this.
That's a great
Just
pick.
appeased
That was on my
all the
list.
living sacrifice.
That was definitely on my list, too.
good. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
great one.
All right. I'm happy.
Doesn't get much better than Reject.
Yep.
You guys saw that, or Gary, you saw them at Furnace Fest, right? How sick was that?
It was awesome. I called my dad like the day before because it was his birthday, and he's like, "If you see Living Sacrifice, make sure you record Reject." So I get there, right?
Wait, sorry, you said
right
your
up against the
dad?
pit. Yeah.
How old is your
And
sorry, you don't have to.
I think he
don't.
means to ask how
60?
cool is your dad?
Yeah, because
Yes.
that's sick. That he's like.
so my dad
record
saw
Reject.
him years. He saw Living Sacrifice years and years
That's
ago.
so
I remember
cool.
watching a VHS of them playing.
No way.
But he's like, when they play that song, record it on your phone so I can hear it. So I get up there and I talk to the guys that I went to Furnace Fest with. I'm like, hey, when they play Reject, I have to record. And literally, Reject started as I'm talking. And so I'm like, ah! Get my phone
And
out.
I missed it.
You're like, I have a minute 20 until the breakdown.
That's awesome. So did your dad enjoy it?
I uploaded it to YouTube. our YouTube account, which we
have
never
one?
ever use.
You guys have a
I
YouTube
don't
account?
know, I guess.
I put random concert recordings on it,
Sweet.
but
That's cool, man.
technically we do have one. I didn't
You
want to
guys
make one
just
of my
gained
own.
like 2.5 subscribers from this.
Sean, Chris, and Gary's dad.
Hey, I know that these guys don't bring in the listenership as most of our other episodes, but took a lot
Hey,
more than we
hey,
That's not entirely true. People
Why are you
love
kidding
the
us,
fantasy
listeners?
draft. That's
Everybody
not true at
comes
all.
here for Gary's beard.
that's true.
That's why.
It's true.
Take a look.
All right,
He straightened it for us.
Gary.
All right, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to waste time. This is the metal cover art choice, and I'm hoping to clear out a bunch of your guys' EP choice by doing this. I'm going to choose For Today,
Oh, I didn't even
Breaker.
Nice.
No.
For Today
The
Breaker.
reason I chose
for
it,
Oh,
cover art.
I wanted
that's-
Prevailer for E EP.
yeah, that's on my EP list as well. But so I chose it because I mean, there's just so much going on that logo, and to me, like picking a cover art, I tried to think of like what bands people get tattoos of,
That's true.
That's true.
and you see like Oh Sleeper, Demon Hunter, and that Seraphim from For Today.
Yeah.
That's a really good one
you
because
know.
people are going to just see Breaker and just vote for that immediately.
That's part of it too. I know people will be
That's
like,
pretty good.
But the next Seraphim tattoo everybody's gonna get is from Morning Eve now.
That's true.
"Oh, do they have that logo?" I haven't
They
seen
do
their
on
logo.
their
It's different,
single
but
art,
it's
yeah.
it's a Seraphim.
It's a biblically accurate angel.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool.
Not the ring one, but a Seraphim
Yeah.
one.
Kind of, yeah.
The ring with
It's got the
eyeballs
eyes
on it.
on the wings.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, you got to go again, dude.
Oh yeah, sweet. Well, geez, 2 in a row. What to pick? So I'm gonna go with concept record, and I've been dancing around this one, and I can't decide. Might just come back.
You can't do that.
All right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna choose Becoming the Archetype, Children of the Great Extinction.
Oh,
a great one.
nice.
Dude, I wanted Terminate Damnation for debut.
That's a great debut too. Yeah.
Oh man.
That was one of my,
That's a good
my
album.
choices for a concept record.
It's a great concept.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that was a concept.
You didn't even have it? Oh my goodness.
It's right there.
That was
it's
we
right there.
did a deep dive on that record. It was so fun.
Yep. That
Yeah.
was a good episode.
That's cool.
I think it was more fun for us than our listeners.
I mean, always. That's how it always is. No one has fun listening to us, dude.
Okay.
Man, we got some heavy hitters already
Absolutely.
off the board.
All right, I'm
Wow.
gonna knock.
Again
For
for,
today,
like-
War of Ages.
I'm gonna knock another heavy
Sacrifice.
hitter off
Okay.
with the debut record. Oh, this is too. Oh, I could do two here. I might.
Do it.
Man, this is hard to choice. I this is the category I have the most listed for, just as potentials. I think I have like 8 or 9 there. I'm gonna do it. Demon Hunter, self-titled, 2002.
Oh, okay. It's a good one.
That was my top pick.
That's a good
Oh
one.
boy, I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Chris. That's good stuff.
It's a really good one.
All right, Tyler's pick.
All right, I
You can see
am
my
going
picks on my wall.
to go to debut, and I'm going to hit Nailed, Dead, Risen, Impending Doom.
Tyler! No!
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
I hate you.
Dude.
Dude.
That album is so sick.
It's like the heaviest album ever.
Heaviest ever. And the last song, have you ever listened to the last song on that album? No, it's not even
know,
close to that.
I know I can't do it.
The last song is awesome because it's just him talking about. He says like a billion times. He's like trying to just talk into the mic, and he's like, we are the gospel. No, say it like a scream it. We are the gospel. And it's weird, dude, but it's awesome. What an ending to an album.
Back then when they had fun outro tracks
dude.
to albums.
I know. I saw
Was that a pre-2000?
No.
No, that was debut.
2007.
Yeah,
7.
it's right there, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
What a
Gosh, that is a really good heavy hitter.
That's all 7 picks so far are major bands: War of Ages, Devil Wears Prada, Impending Doom, Living Sacrifice, Demon Hunter, For Today, and Becoming the Archetype.
Jeez.
We know our stars.
Oh, man. And now it's me.
It is Sean's turn. Don't blow it.
Ooh, I can... Do I want to ruin Tyler's day with this pick?
You're not going to ruin my day. You'll know it's impossible.
I was like, you can't catch me.
All right, I will challenge you. We're going pre-2000s fundamental elements of Southtown.
Oh,
That's a good one. You didn't ruin my day, but that was on the list.
I didn't? Okay,
on the
'cause you had
list.
Satellite last time.
It's on the list. I talked about this with Gary yesterday a little bit. I was like, dude, P.O.D. has to be on there.
They have to.
that was
Yeah,
that was
great one.
pre-2000.
Really great album. Probably their second best record. I think most people agree. Actually, a lot of people think it's their best. And the title track, South Down, is just phenomenal. Yeah, I think that'll get me a lot of votes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, it's my turn again. Alrighty. Let's see. So I've already done cover art and I've done pre-2000s. Let's go with concept records. I'm going to go Son of the Morning by O Sleep.
Such a good one. That was my number one, man.
Was it?
That's my number one on
gosh.
Concept.
Oh my gosh. That is top 10 metalcore record all time for me. Just so fantastic. I just recently listened to your guys' episode on that, and I was like, I really have to.
You're just getting all your picks from their episode.
No, we just have done everything now. Everything that's ever in our scene is.
I always fall behind on all consuming podcast, and then I will randomly for like 4 days just binge like a year's worth of you guys' podcast.
We appreciate it.
like 5
We
episodes.
appreciate it.
And so like I was listening to it, and then I texted Chris. I'm like, I miss them. We gotta have them back on.
Oh, well, we're so happy to be
love
here.
having you
Even
guys.
if you take our picks, man, we still like you guys.
If you guys ever
Yeah.
do a Falling Up episode, I want to be on it.
You said that last time.
I told
You said that last time.
Berlin.
And we're as close as we were last year to doing Falling Up.
There's a lot of things in front of Falling Up.
No, they're good though. They're good. Like I don't want to hate on Falling Up. I think they're
That's
awesome.
so funny.
If we did, it would be their first time.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
That is a good album.
Okay, we
I
do
really
promise.
like that
If
one.
we ever do it, Chris, you're on.
It's one of my favorite albums of all time.
I told
Favorite band
Gary
of all
over the
time.
weekend, if you do Anne Berlin, you have to have me on.
Wait, we're doing Amberlin?
I don't know. There one of your episodes, Gary talked about
Yeah.
doing like Anne Berlin's second or third record. or
Gary
something.
does love Amberlin.
That's how
love
it started,
Anne
because
Berlin,
I was like, because you love Anne Berlin. I was like, oh, love? I mean,
I know we're all consuming, but that's pretty far consuming.
That is.
no, I love their first 3 albums.
Oh my goodness.
Gary does say, he always would tell me on Feel Good Drag, like the original version, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's so heavy. And like he'd show it to me and I'd be like, where? What are you talking?
Hey,
What are you talking?
when I was
Screams.
13 years old, that was heavy.
That was heavy when I was 13. That is fair.
That's true. And we weren't 13 when you showed it to me. But I mean, good song. Just
That's true.
I don't know if I'd use heavy.
Well, that air quotes breakdown.
That's what you would always say. Here's the breakdown.
Right? Yeah. So that heavy part, right, where he actually screams.
Yeah.
Then when they redid it later, they took it out, and every time that
they
version
did.
plays, it's so flat, and I'm like, oh man.
Did you know
That was
Ryan
exciting.
Clark screamed on an Amberlin song?
No.
I think
No.
I
No.
noticed.
He screams on Never Take Friendship Personal, the title
Hey.
track.
Huh.
He's the one doing the background growls at the beginning of the chorus.
That's cool. That's
Nice.
I'm
awesome.
also pretty sure
Yeah,
he did the
it
artwork
is.
for that album too.
I'm pretty sure he did.
And now that Mattie Mullins is singing for them, maybe we'll get some.
I never saw that coming in a million years. That's
heavier
like such a
versions.
crazy crossover.
It really is. Yeah.
It kind
Like
of fits,
5
though.
years ago, you're like, Amberlin
it
is going to
really
come
does.
back and they're going to be making music, and Mattie Mullins from Memphis Mayfire is going to be fronting
know.
them. It's like,
But I don't know if he's on any of the new stuff. I know Steven is still recording the new stuff.
Okay.
Maddie's just
kinda
there.
what I
but,
heard.
But I
it's
think
like
they
he's almost
might. They may
recording
do like
covers.
a dichotomy, like
Yeah.
both of them,
That'd be cool.
or they may do like a cover album of Maddie.
All right, Tyler, your
Interesting.
pick.
All right, I'm going concept here, and I am choosing I Won't Survive by Convictions.
That was on my list.
I think it's my favorite Convictions album, which I don't know if that's okay to say on here. Is that okay, Sean?
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm wearing a Convictions.
Oh,
hat.
I love
It's okay.
Convictions too, but I was so impressed with this EP, and it's what, 7 songs though. So when you kind of gave me the free reign, Chris, and you said it doesn't have to be 5 or 3, it can be 7, move that thing right up the list.
but wait, so you're picking it for concepts, not EPs.
I'm picking it for concept. Oh yeah, duh. No,
Okay.
I'm speaking.
I just wanted to double check on that.
Yeah, no, it is concept because I already picked my EP. But concept, the idea of like how they just interviewed people and wrote the songs based upon all that experiences and hurt, like I can't believe how awesome it turned out, and so emotional. So many songs like I can still listen to and really like just feel it. It's awesome, dude. Awesome.
Definitely.
That's awesome, dude. All right. Oh, my turn.
Guys, this is going by quick. We're already like halfway through round 3, and we're only 30 minutes in. We need to talk a little more
We have to. We have to.
about the albums being
But
chosen.
we'll talk a little bit at the end too, like in overall.
Yeah, that's true.
comparison,
That's
but-
fair.
I'll work on my essay for my next pick.
All right. Since my top 2 cover art choices bands are gone, I've done my pre-2000, my debut, so I'm gonna do my EP. And I could ruin somebody's day real bad with this one, but I'm gonna go for what I believe is, in my opinion, the best Christian
already wrong,
metalcore
'cause you have to
EP
defend
of all
yourself.
time.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm interested to hear what this is.
Well, see, okay, see if you guys can guess it based on the year.
Okay.
2014.
Metalcore
You
EP.
lost me. Wait,
Best Christian
I
metalcore
think I have it on my
EP.
wall.
Super
I'm
underrated.
not going to say it in case someone else wants
hang
to
on.
take
I
it,
don't
but,
know.
They are a small band. Like
Did you
this one-
choose it last time?
No, I didn't. I don't think
Okay,
they.
so
Does
it's
it have
not.
King in the name?
Sorry.
Does it have King in the
Yes.
name?
Well,
I have the vinyl right there.
Kings.
No, you don't.
But
I do.
A Feast for Kings, Hell on Earth.
Oh.
That was on my
about
list.
that one.
What don't you have on
That
your
is
wall, Gary?
such
Dude,
a good album.
I only
Is-
have.
Miraculous, and it's so devastating. Like the whole story with what happened
Yeah.
with that. Like,
Yeah.
that was such a pivotal time in my life. Like entering adulthood, had moved out of my parents' house, living with my brother, just working and doing whatever, and like basically using music to keep myself busy other than church. And like being such a massive fan of those guys when that EP dropped, and literally like I think it was 3 months later that their vocalist passed away, and it was
it that short after? I
it
didn't
was
realize
so
that.
short after, and it like that was the first time that I ever heard of any musician or basically any public figure in my eyes that passed away, and it like it hit me so hard. And I don't think there's so many good, amazing EPs out there, but this one has stood the test of time to me as being one that's high quality for like an unsigned band, but then also great artwork, and then also lyrically just being bold. And everything about that record is perfect to me. So
yeah, and they're back together now with that singer.
Yes, they are,
right?
And his younger brother is now the vocalist. Yeah,
dude, that's amazing.
They only released like one,
There's
two or three songs. I think.
Poison.
Okay,
but it's been like over a year now since we've heard from them. So
I don't know.
Hopefully, obviously, it's not probably the return.
But we're here to speak
necessarily
truth
to the
into that
same
band.
scene,
That's right.
You will.
Yeah.
So like a year ago,
true, yeah.
it had to be like a year ago. Gary was like, "Dude, do you want to hear a band that you've never heard before?" And I've never heard of them. And he sent me the EP, and I was like, "Dude, this absolutely rips. Listen to it from start to finish."
So good.
And I was like, "Yeah." I was ready for more. He told me about it, about what happened and stuff. But
Well, too bad.
like,
You're not getting it again.
there's a few like albums that you've heard here for the first time and you're just in, like sometimes it takes them, where you got to listen a couple times, give it its wheels, and eventually like, oh man, I understand, I love it. But this was like first listen through the EP, and it was awesome. So
yeah,
new stuff too. I like the new stuff too. I think it's going to be good.
It's great. And
Yeah.
if anybody doesn't really know beyond that, like if they have heard of A Feast for Kings, they actually changed their name to XXI, Roman numerals for 21, which was Eric's age.
Right.
They
Tooth and
signed
Nail.
to Tooth and Nail and did a record called Inside Out, had an owl on the cover.
That is a fantastic.
That was a great
by the
record
way.
too. The production's a little weird sounding on it, but
The songwriting is really good.
the songs are great. They kind of changed their style a little bit, but prior to that
Wish
album,
we got more of that project.
Sorry.
I said I wish we got more from that project
no,
because I really liked
absolutely.
it.
It kind of went away too soon.
It was along the lines of like Ivory Line, right?
Yeah,
a bit
kinda,
heavier.
a little heavier.
Yeah. They still
I'd
had
say
kind of like bits of their metalcore roots in there, but
Yeah,
definitely kind of like a heavy rock.
kind of like
melodic
Fight the
post-hardcore.
Fades early stuff. If you guys are familiar with them,
But yeah, such a good band. Feast for Kings. That EP, I think, will always forever be my
it's
favorite.
a
EP.
really good
Yeah.
pick.
So it's my turn.
It is your turn,
It
Gary,
is
and
your
you get
turn.
two in a row,
All right.
man.
You get
Ready to
two.
win. So for my debut pick, I pick Haste the Day, Burning Bridges.
I knew
That
it.
was on my list.
No, I'm
great
surprised
one.
no one
I
else
knew
took
it.
it, but yeah, I'm
Great
so
debut.
excited that tomorrow they're releasing the vinyl for that because I didn't
Yeah,
get it
that's
the
sick.
first time around.
Neither did I.
And people on our Discord are always flaunting their Haste the Day records at me.
So when did you? I think we might have talked about this. When did you guys like listen to Haste Today for the first time?
I have a longer,
man.
Like,
not a long
what
story, but
album,
I have a good story for this. So Sean, if you have,
Okay.
Something.
Are you asking when did I hear them for the first time, or
what,
when did I like
what
them for
era
the
did
first
you start
time?
listening to? Like, was it Jimmy Ryan, Burning Bridges, or was it actually later Stephen Keach?
So the first Haste the Day song I ever heard was Stitches on Pandora Radio. I just had like a hard rock station, and Stitches came on, and I thought it was really cool because I wasn't really into metalcore at the time yet. So, and that's not really technically a metalcore song.
Yeah.
And so I dug it, and I was like, "This is a really cool band. Like, let's hear their other stuff." And I turn on what song? I don't know. Probably Burning Bridges. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do these growls, these highs. And I went through like a few of their other songs, and I'm like, no, this is just far too heavy. I can't do this. That was probably like 2013. And they were kind of one of those bands that when I actually got into heavy music, I forgot to check out again because I had already resolved in my head I didn't like them. But I didn't factor in the fact that like I've adjusted to this. So it probably wasn't till 2018-ish when I like gave them like another listen and was like, oh shoot, this is an amazing band.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then I got really into them a buddy of mine told me, okay, like if you want to get into them, check out Attack of the Wolf King, because he knew I was super into Phineas, and we know Scott Whelan was on that from Phineas.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm so on board. This is incredible.
Imagine
I just
starting
went back through their
KingdomCore and not
discography.
knowing Haste the Day.
Right. I'm such a poser.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Yes, you
I really
have.
So it's funny with Burning Bridges. So actually, Blue 42 was the first ever Haste the Day song I ever heard.
Okay.
And I hated it with a passion. Now, the reason why was it was my friend. I've told the story on the podcast before. I think this was actually part of my how I got into metal story. But I had a friend in youth group 2009. So I got into music like rock, Reliant K, Skillet, Red, TFK, 2007. In 2009, I had a friend in youth group. We were over at his place, and he was into Haste the Day, but like that was one of his few metal bands that he listened to. Like he liked the rock stuff, but he liked Haste the Day. Mm-hmm. He put on Blue 42, and he's like, "You got to check this out." And I'm like, "I can't do this. I can't do the screams. Like, nope."
Yeah.
So then, I don't know. A couple of weeks goes by. Youth group again shows me another Haste the Day song. I can't remember what it was, but it might have been When Everything Falls, but it might have been still something off of Burning Bridges. And it's basically, he kept doing this for weeks. And after about 6 or so months, I was just on YouTube and I was searching around and I'm like, oh, I'll check out that band again. Watched the music video for When Everything Falls. I think it was how I did. And then I still wasn't quite there.
That's with the dual audio, because the music video, right, has Keach and Jimmy's voice on it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the music video is a different audio track than what you hear on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, listen to it.
I have to go back and listen to that.
Wait, for real? For When Everything Falls,
watch it.
you said?
Where they're on the rooftops.
Oh, wow.
But Jimmy's in the video.
Yeah, Jimmy's in the video.
That's when he left.
Keach was on there?
Yeah, they put his voice in. And you can hear him like singing while Jimmy's screaming.
That is so weird. I'm going to have to go back
Watch
to
the music video and be like, what is happening?
That's crazy.
But yeah, so basically, shortly after that, I was playing Frets on Fire on the PC. It was like the Guitar Hero free rip-off game for the PC. You play it with your keyboard. And my brother, brother was like, here's a bunch of Christian songs that you can download. And on there was Truth of a Liar off of Messengers from August Burns Red. And listening to the song, didn't really like it, but I really enjoyed playing on the keyboard, like doing Guitar Hero to it.
Yeah.
And after playing it like 4 or 5 times, I'm like, I kind of like this. And then I went back to Haste the Day and I'm like, okay, now I'm a fan. Like one of my first Christian metalcore bands. And then, so that's my
It was an acquired taste.
Yeah, so 2009, 2010, I would say is when I can really trace back to be like, I headlong dove into Christian metal. So I was there for the release of like Breaker by For Today. Like I was newly like metalhead, barely listened to rock anymore when all that was going on. So
a lot of the stories are, well, I think Sean's that I hear. That's how mine was too. You hear Keach, the second generation of Haste Today, then you go back and like, dude, this stuff's so sick, you know. And now like, you know, Burning Bridges is always in rotation for me.
So the sad story about my friend who introduced me to Haste the Day.
I'm thinking the worst right
He hates Attack of the Wolf King.
Oh,
wow. I thought you were going to say he hates Attack. I was like, okay.
I mean, I'm on board. No,
he's not your friend anymore, though, right?
No. He's still my friend. He's one of my groomsmen.
You need better friends.
But I've tried to convince him. I think he did recently maybe listen to it again and was a little bit better on it. But like he really liked Coward when it came out. And he got
Coward is cool.
Yeah, Coward is good.
You guys excited for the remaster of that?
I'm really excited for that because the production was the weakest point of that album. But
it was cool.
Yeah,
it was right?
Cool.
Like,
but Attack of the Wolf King, I think, is peak Haste. Like just the songwriting.
I agree.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I think it's their third best album.
You really like Jimmy Ryan era? Yeah, I love Jimmy Ryan era too.
10 years ago, I wouldn't say that, but now.
If Jimmy Ryan was like in snippet parts of Attack of the Wolf King, like that would be kind of cool. But
There's also like
what if I told you that?
change.
What if I told you that When Everything Falls is probably my least favorite Haste the Day record?
I assumed as
sad.
much since you think Breaker's overrated, and
Yeah, we listened to. Dude,
the
my
end is where we
gosh.
begin. Isn't your favorite TFK? It's also overrated.
No, that's Chris. It is my favorite
okay.
TFK.
we listened to that episode of yours where you did the overrated, underrated,
The hot
blah,
takes.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we immediately turned it off. And you were
guys
like, you know,
disagreed
you
with all
started
of our choices there, like the overrated and the
you
underrated.
defended yourself with Breaker by saying it's not bad, it's just not whatever, but it was
Sorry. I'm sorry. I think that the band got better with time. I'm sure the band would agree.
they would, yeah, I know, it's funny.
Yeah,
but
It is. It's really funny.
I actually really enjoyed that episode.
Thank
that
you.
you guys did. It had to be hard though, right? Because you don't want it to be like, obviously when you say something's overrated, you're not saying it's bad, but
Right.
immediately you're gonna get that feedback.
yeah, we got all,
100%.
that was
Yeah.
almost what everybody
Oh,
was
a
talking
lot.
about. It was a lot of, I love this episode, and then it was like bashing
How
our choices
dare
for
you.
overrated and underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when like
really
you
funny.
rate whole albums, like the whole discography, right? And you're like, this is their worst album, and people are like, you think that's a horrible album? It's like, no, I just think all of their other
No, I
stuff
don't.
is
Right.
better.
It's
But
better.
it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty rare
So
that
we,
there's
uh,
anything in this entire scene that like there's very few albums that I would ever be like, I don't like that album. Like
Right.
there's more songs that I would say that to, but it's even super rare that I'll ever skip a track. Like if I'm in the car, I take my CDs out to the car every day. I listen to the whole CD. Like I don't ever skip tracks.
Yeah,
Physical
I don't do
CDs?
skips. I don't understand skips though. I've never been.
Yeah, like
Even
but,
if
like,
I'm
it's-
not huge on the song, maybe if I listen to it enough times, I'll get into it.
And
know.
I can't get into, even though I run playlists, so this is hypocritical. Like I don't understand, and I can't get into like playlist culture of like listening to
Yeah.
playlists where it's just band after band, like the radio. I'm like, I want to listen to an album. Like I will listen
Yeah,
to
same.
that.
My
band
playlists
for a
are
chunk of
full
time.
length albums.
Yeah,
Exactly, dude. Same, literally.
but even then, I still don't do that. I'm like scroll through my 1,000, 2,000 plus saved albums on my Spotify, and then I have all my CDs ripped to my computer. So I have my digital library on here, and then I have buckets of CDs that I literally just I go and take these out to the car and I throw them in. Like
Yeah.
I always have CDs out. It's ridiculous.
It's an interesting concept too, like as people that, I mean, you obviously bring musicians on your podcast. You talk about music. We talk about a lot of music.
They don't listen to music at all.
We don't want to be we don't want to be negative, and that's never how we want to come across.
Oh,
like
totally.
as you know, but we do have our opinions, and like we ran into this like one of our first episodes. We said we didn't like Close Your Eyes' third album. You know that
okay.
the
Without
Line in the
Sean,
Sand
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
We had Sonny
Shane.
on our podcast, and he called us out for it.
Whoa.
On the
What do you mean by call out?
He was like, "Yo, oh yeah, I remember
it was
you
like,
guys this episode."
Introduce your guys. You introduce yourselves right as we start. You know, what did he say? He's like, I have a beef with you guys for trashing on our third album or something.
Yeah, and we were like,
No way.
and it was mostly
Yeah.
joking,
Yeah,
you know, but we
right.
were like caught off guard, you know, and
no.
and it wasn't even like we were super negative, but we always try to be
Right.
positive, even when it's
Totally.
something we don't like. There's so many people that like
Yeah.
that.
So you'll never
Yeah,
say a
right.
bad word about a band ever again, just in case you have
Yeah.
one on your podcast.
Just in case, you know, we,
It
at
is
that
definitely a
point we thought,
line that you have to
A
like
line in the
tiptoe,
sand.
for Sure.
Oh!
Oh,
Hey,
Well, that was a long rabbit trail, guys.
I think
That
we
was
filled out
great.
our
That's the
time.
end
Okay,
of
let's
round
rush
3.
this and get it done.
That was the beginning of round 4. Or did you pick once or
He
twice?
picked
Gary?
once.
Once.
Oh,
he
you still
has
have
6
another.
more here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Back
all right,
at it.
this is the beginning of
That
round
was our
4.
intermission
Oh,
halftime show.
So I'm gonna go with the EP.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick one that's probably not on any of your guys' list. But I'm gonna pick Wolves at the Gate, Reprise.
Oh, wait, you call it
Dude.
reprise?
say it.
It is a French word.
At least in
It
defense.
means
was
to
reprise.
cover the theme
I
again.
thought it was reprise. Okay.
Dude,
No.
okay, that is
That's a good pick. That's an amazing
I didn't
EP.
even. I had
That's
We Are
actually-
the Ones, but Reprise is like.
Wait, is We Are the Ones the one with Heralds? Like they're
Yeah,
that EP
Yeah,
is like
the anchor.
that EP is
everything.
prime.
So good.
Heralds is one of
Yeah,
my
I
favorite
chose
songs.
Reprise is incredible.
It's actually probably my favorite release from Wolves at the Gate.
It's
It
not
is.
heavy though.
I like it more than
I used to. I used to just like put it on my phone at low volume while I slept and would listen to it on repeat in my slumber for like 2 years straight. No, I would like
I'm
for real.
sorry,
I used to
in
struggle
my
with like night
slumber.
terrors and night anxiety like really really bad, and like Christ-centered music like that would really help
Dude,
ease
that's
my
awesome.
mind.
That's why you got to listen to Caleb and CCM.
That's
What song on
that
that?
gives them high blood
What
pressure.
song on the EP has Toby from Emery? Which one?
I think
is
it's
that?
Dead Man, isn't it?
It's like the
No,
no. It's
Hold on.
is it Relief?
Relief. Yeah, it's
Relief.
Relief, and that is my favorite. I like that better,
so good.
truthfully, than the original.
The back and forth.
It's so good, man, and like it's almost like an Emery song in a sense, sort of, but Wolves at the Gate.
Yeah, definitely.
and it's so good, and I have that one on my classroom playlist all the time, and kids dig it even too.
Nice.
That's
Like
cool.
it's just
Nice.
so good. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that
Do you
is-
teach at a
Introducing
Christian
your kids.
school?
No, public school.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I mean,
Your kids
yeah.
hearing the gospel.
Yeah, that's cool.
introducing the pagans
sort
to
of,
Christ.
like
Sorta.
it's just while they're working on whatever,
Yeah,
Shakespeare.
for sure.
But
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah,
That's cool.
great pick, dude.
Yeah.
That is a really.
Thanks.
I like that. That's like a sleeper pick for sure. All right, let's
So
back
on
at
to
you,
Chris.
I have cover art and concept record left. I might
Hey, Chris,
save my
you should choose
concept
Alpha for
record
cover
because I
art.
might give the top pick to somebody else here.
He didn't hear me.
Sorry, what was it?
I said, "Hey, Chris, you should choose Alpha for cover art."
My second. So that was my first pick. My second pick would have been "The World Is a Thorn" by Demon Hunter, and that's
that's
controversial.
interesting.
Controversial pick. It's not necessarily their best cover
It's a
art,
good
but like
album art.
I think if you guys have ever seen the physical copy of that, like it extends
was
to the
just gonna
full
say.
poster. Oh, it's so cool. Okay.
Yeah, Dan Seagraves does amazing artwork.
Oh yeah.
This is hard. I can't
Like
do
the
Impending
axe.
Doom. I had Impending. Wait, yeah, you took Impending Doom. I had
Nailed Dead Risen.
I had
is
the
already
Serpent
gone.
Servant on there as an option.
taken. Oh, that is good artwork.
So I have three other picks. I'm going to go with a one I added last minute right before we started this. I'm going to be honest. It's not like the most amazing, unique cover art ever. I think it's in my mind. It's a lesser known solid state band that like when I see that cover, I just get so nostalgic. It's like the perfect cover art that really encompasses the record. And it's going to be To Die as Kings by the Ascendicate.
So with the skull
with the
nail.
nails.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Crown on it. Yeah.
What if I said I've never heard that record?
Oh my goodness. You need to hear that.
Yeah, I was
record,
just
dude.
agreeing with you. I've never heard it either. I was just shaking my head. Yes. And
Yes,
agreeing.
you have, Tyler.
I have?
So when we talked about The World Is a Thorn, we talked about their lead guitarist for that album. He's the lead singer.
Right.
Of the
He was the
Ascendant.
guy with the
Wait, he
dreadlocks.
is?
Oh,
Like
The dreadlocks.
No way.
Yeah. It was the
I
Syndicate,
do
and then
remember
he
this
went. I think right after that was The World Is a Thorn. He joined Demon Hunter.
Oh wow. I just downloaded it. I've seen this
so-
album cover a ton.
Underrated, underappreciated.
What's that?
Nobody
That's
knows.
one song
talks
like
about it.
The
Yeah,
Scottish
Scottish
song,
is
but
called-
what is it
is-
called?
Oh, it's literally called Scottish.
Yeah.
Scottish, yeah,
I will
that
listen to
song
this
is
tomorrow.
amazing.
And what's the other one? Brutish. I always want to call it.
Pride of the Brutish.
Yeah. So those two
Yes,
songs.
that's a good one. Yeah.
That's
and
funny.
You and Me. Oh, there's so many good songs on there.
What do they sound like? Are they just metalcore?
It's metalcore. They kind of got like it's like a heavier, like clean vocals.
They have like a new metal guitar sound.
Oh,
And the clean
interesting.
vocals are kind of like he's like a lower voice clean vocalist.
Okay.
And then the production it was definitely probably one of the lower budget 2008 solid state record metalcore records. Like it wasn't fully there, but I think this is just so underrated and it sounds really good.
Yeah, that's a good
Sweet.
one. That's a good pick.
Cool.
Okay. Now, when I was thinking about cover art, is it like the most unique or is it the most like recognizable?
It's whatever your heart
you
feels like,
whatever you
the
like.
fans are going to
You're
like.
choosing it based off how
heart.
you like it.
So I was like,
Well-
I chose this cover art because I like all the songs.
And it's like like that silver Starflyer 59 record where it's just solid silver.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Chariot record. That is also one where it's just words, just words, rumors, and wars.
For real.
But anyways, so I had a hard time with this one, but I do think it's super recognizable. I liked how Gary said like you see tattoos of it, and that means that it was probably pretty big. But no tattoos of this one. It's just very recognizable. I'm choosing "Bless the Martyr" and "Kiss the Child" by Norma Jean.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wait, for cover art? Oh,
cover art, dude.
I had that on my. That was my number one.
I had that on my debut. Oh my gosh.
So did
I
I.
didn't think of that.
Too long.
I did wait too long.
That is for
That is
cover art.
hilarious. You're using that
So-
as your cover art.
You just love
is
the
really funny.
creepy
I
little
hate
girl cover picture.
Not that I love it.
That's one of my least favorite covers in history. It's so creepy.
Dude,
Okay, if you guys
That's
are not
the point.
watching this episode, you have to come back to this timestamp and look at Gary.
That's the point of that album art is you look at it and you're like, dude, that
disgusting.
is recognizable.
It is iconic.
It's
I do not want to.
It is iconic.
But-
Tyler does apparently.
Hey, bless the martyr, kiss the child. Is not weird. It is I mean, come on.
It is
one of the
very
most
recognizable. It's essential.
It is. For
It
our
is.
genre, it is kind of like not what kickstarted it, but it's like in there, you know.
Yeah.
It might have.
Yeah,
It
they
might
did
have.
fancy vinyl releases of it too.
Yep.
Those hand painted. They hand painted like 500
I mean,
of that kid's face and
if
eyes.
you're
and they,
hand
like, painted
painting
them all.
something,
Yeah.
that is worthy of an artwork pick.
It's true. Can you imagine if someone had a tattoo of that album art?
Yeah.
There's got to be like a one or two people with it. There have to be.
If you have
I
a
love how
tattoo,
Gary talked about tattoos.
send us an email at
This has no
KingdomCore
tattoos.
Podcast or
Yeah.
KingdomCore Music.
Somebody
at gmail.com.
Google like Norma Jean Bless the Martyr Kiss the Child tattoo. See
You're
what
gonna
we got.
lose
listening.
followers because of there's like 7 people and they all follow you and they all have
You're
that
gonna make
tattoo
us lose
on their
followers
calves.
because
Their
you
chest.
use
What if
as
it's
your
like
fuse.
just the kid on it?
Oh god!
Nobody's gonna subscribe to
Dude.
All Consuming Podcast now.
Like that dude has the worst choice. But I might. But who knows? People might feel the same way.
I bet no one in the
Watch
comments. of this
Tyler
is gonna
win
say,
by a
you picked that
landslide
for
again."
art.
Yeah.
And everybody like actually specifically says it's because of that pick.
I actually wasn't expecting to get bashed for that. I was expecting to get bashed for my next pick.
Oh no!
All
All
right.
right, Sean, you have 2 choices.
I have 2. This
not
is
mess
this
this
is
up.
the end of it. I'm finishing off my team right now. My team lineup. Oh my gosh. So I've got EP left and I've got debut.
I'm the only
Am I
one with a
going-
band pick, like a band that's like relatively unknown today.
Guys,
Gary
5.
has a
I have
debut.
7 debuts and 5 of them are already taken.
Which were some of the band ones that, like the bands that are knocked off?
So Nailed Dead Risen is knocked off. Terminate Damnation's knocked off by Becoming the Archetype. Bless the Martyrs kicked off. Burning Bridges is kicked off. and then Captors is kicked off because I wanted that or We Are the
That's
Ones.
a really good one.
Captors is amazing.
Yeah.
I've got 2 left. I don't know which to choose. I really don't. This is really tough. Because one of the albums is so polarizing that like it could cost me so many votes.
Take that one.
Yeah, take a risk.
That one. I'm not. Okay.
You'll have to tell us after what it was.
I will tell you after. For debut, we're going The God Machine by Phineas.
Ooh.
I am the lion.
That
Great
is
choice, great choice.
such a solid debut. Iconic. I mean, it's got so many iconic songs. It's got Crowns, I Am the Lion, Patterned in the Pain. Just so many good. Go for it.
The most iconic moment of that entire record is during the I Am the Lion music video, and they do like the bending backwards guitar, like that.
Yeah. I love that.
So good.
My Horses Are Mini, that music video at the mini golf
That's a
course.
great music video.
That's legendary.
Yeah, Grace Disguised by Darkness is a sleeper track.
Absolutely.
So good. So many great tracks on that album.
Yeah, I had Phineas as an EP choice.
I did have that too.
And now
The
Sean
bridge
has to
between-
do his EP choice to end it.
I know. Oh gosh. Well, shoot. I've got 2 left.
He accidentally picked your last EP option. That would have been amazing.
No. Well, I was gonna say Hellbent, and then I realized, oh yeah, Impending Doom's off the board. You know what? I'm gonna do it. We're going Thus Saith the Lord by Reformed.
I knew that was going to pop up. I had them all.
New one.
I mean, that is just... I was listening to this weekend again, and I'm like, this has to be one of the best Christian metalcore EPs of all time. Like, it is in all-time territory. When I was preparing for this, I was looking through all the Christian metalcore EPs, and like, this is on there. It just is. It's so good.
It's really
also, we interviewed Reformed last episode.
Yeah, so
I did not do this on purpose. So go listen to that.
Yeah.
That just released today.
Today
the day
as
that
of
we're
recording
this.
Yeah. You want to look into the KingdomCore universe and when we do this, because this might not be out for
I already
the
started listening.
KCU as it is.
Yeah.
I started listening to it. It's so awesome. Those dudes rock. We had them on for a Christmas episode, but I was listening to your episode today, and you guys gave us a shout out.
Did we?
We did.
At the very beginning, you gave us a shout out. You said that All Consuming Podcast is the greatest podcast ever recorded.
Did I say that verbatim?
No. You, something like, you were reading your review on Apple Podcast, and then the greatest thing.
They said we're the best
said,
podcast, and then Sean said,
never heard of All Consuming Podcast. That's what you said, Sean, and so it made my heart melt today in the car. I was like, I can't even take this right now. The flattery. It's just
had to pull over.
I pulled over to the side of the road and just sat there for a while. So thanks, dude.
That's why I had like 10 missed calls from you.
That's why. That's it. No, dude, those guys are so good. I can't believe
cool.
it's a do-it-yourself band too.
Right?
The production is so good, and everything is just top notch for dudes that don't even live in the same city. To be able to just like have that chemistry is wild.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And I am so stoked for they're doing a full length.
Yeah.
And I am so stoked for that.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Tyler.
Well, that completes my lineup.
Ooh,
you're all done.
I'm all done.
Tyler, you need your
pre-2000. And I have chosen and saved the greatest album ever recorded for my last pick. It was 1999.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what did
Human Clay by Creed.
Oh my god!
Stop. No, I'm serious, guys. Stop.
Can you take me higher to a place where the light...
Don't laugh at me. I was not going to choose
Thought you were
something
gonna go
that I
Nickelback
haven't
of that.
I
listened
did
to.
not even think of that.
Time. Here's the issue. I didn't become a Christian to 2008. Okay. So I didn't hear about this striper or tourniquet or, I mean, even No Innocent Victim. Like I just found out they were a band and listened to them. And I found out the day before they were announced they're coming back for Furnace Fest.
Oh my gosh.
So you predicted they're coming back. He manifested it.
Made it real.
Kind of did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, and so these dudes, I was listening to them back in the day, and it is a fantastic album. Are you kidding me? Arms Wide Open.
It's a banger.
Arms wide open. Come on, dude.
Dude, that was pretty good.
Thanks.
You want to do the For
Can you take me
Today
higher?
spoken word?
Oh my gosh, Gary, that
So
moment
we're not
lives
doing that
rent
again.
free in my head.
Free real estate.
So I was just wondering if you're gonna let this slide. Does this fit?
No.
Well,
Creed?
why?
I mean, wait, Scott
I saw Scott
scared of
at
you
Creation
winning,
Fest.
right?
He is a
I mean, I saw him at Creation Fest, dude, solo.
He just released a new EP this year.
Chris is afraid.
I haven't listened to it yet.
You're gonna win.
No. I don't think Creed kills. I'm sorry.
That's such a gray area, right? Because
It
it's
is
like
really
the Christian
gray.
community.
If P.O.D.
is like,
well, okay.
But P.O.D. back then
Well-
was blatantly Christian. Now they're not so much. Creed's kind of the other way around.
Also,
Can
you have
take
Devil
me higher? Higher to where, Chris? Where does he want to take people higher?
Colorado.
Where
I don't
blind men can see and all that stuff. Where is that, dude? That's heaven. I'm prepared for you not to.
I want to
accept
refuse
it,
this purely because I don't want to put their artwork on our image for the vote.
but- Okay. The problem is that was my backup artwork also. So, it was either Bless the Martyr, Kiss the Child, or Human Clay by
I
Creed.
actually just.
Dude, that is like one of the worst album covers ever.
it's like
I'm looking at it right now, and it's terrible. I actually bought it at a thrift store like a year or two ago, and I don't think I've listened to it yet.
So I do have a toxic trait. Whenever I go to a place and they have those like you know, you go to a restaurant or a bar or whatever, and they have the tunes like the jukebox,
The
the digital
jukebox?
jukebox,
Yeah.
where you can
Creed
pay
on.
to have songs played. I pay like $30 and just have Creed played constantly while I'm there.
man.
And you know what it does to the entire place? They sing along.
I love that.
Unifies people. So
Oh my gosh. Are you seeing them on their reunion tour?
probably, I mean, if they come my way, oh yeah.
Okay,
I
Hold on,
saw
hold
Scott
on.
Stapp at Creation Fest, dude,
Can we-
singing these songs by him. I mean, he had a band behind him.
instead of just
so
straight up
funny.
vetoing this choice, can we hear his other option and then pick for him?
Yeah.
but my other option.
You
is
said
in
you
the
had
box.
two, didn't you?
All right. So Creed did have another album in the 90s. No, I was going to go. I really do want to do things that I've listened to. And so P.O.D. was on there, but it's taken. So I can't use that.
We were not ready for that.
oh, you're killing me, Tyler. You're killing me.
So my
right.
only option left that I think would be okay would be Life in General by MXPX.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, that's a good
But
one.
I don't want.
You don't want
to
it.
pick that one.
He doesn't want that.
Life in general is as Christian as
Yeah. In fact, I would say
Human
it's
Clay.
less.
Okay, hold on. Was
But
that
they
when they
were
were?
explicitly a Christian band back then, weren't they? I know almost nothing about
Yeah.
MXPX.
yeah, I think they were youth group kids, you know, that type of deal.
Yeah.
But going
He's not
back
a-
going
it's
back
not
to
Christian.
No
Yeah.
longer a Christian, or did they just
No.
stray away from being a Christian band?
No,
No, he's not a Christian.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Creed again real quick?
I'm all ears.
The
I was
album's
gonna do a
called-
Human Clay episode.
Maybe. The album's called Human Clay. And I don't know if I've ever heard a more like literal biblical reference. I mean,
So
Are
we
we
can
not
start a
Clay?
debate.
Is he not the Potter?
So back then, in the secular world,
Yeah.
people looked at Creed as a Christian rock band, but
That's true.
Christians did not look at Creed as a Christian rock band.
true.
But they were stuck in the middle, and both sides played the crap
And
out of it.
MXPX was kind of the
And-
opposite.
Yeah, MXPX started in the fold, right, in that scene, and then they moved out. But Creed, I have no idea where to put them. When I was a kid, and people always said, "Oh, a Christian band like Creed," I always thought they were joking. And then when I got older and listened to it for myself, I was like, "Are they a Christian
But-
band?" Because he's got a
Didn't
lot of
Scott
songs. there.
Stapp like come to faith later on, like late 2000s or something. I don't know my Creed
When
lore
he
very
got
much
more
here, but
serious.
You don't know Creed lore. Well, let me pull out my entire. So no, he didn't. He came back to the faith. I think.
That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
he was raised Catholic or something, right?
I
Sure.
don't know.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
Finn
can we accept
McKenzie
it?
has a good video about the history of Creed that I watched.
What'd you learn?
I learned that Scott Stapp had a really bad drug problem. I didn't know that.
That is true.
It was really. He actually has had a very sad life. It's actually really,
Yeah.
really tragic.
That is true. It's at least from the outside now, it looks like things have gotten better.
Yeah, it does.
So that's pretty cool. But not trying to go back to Creed again right now. But if
Hey, they're the hosts.
okay, Sean.
I will let
Sean,
them decide.
Kingdom Core is your thing.
Oh my god!
You
I
have to
don't.
make the final call on this one.
I can't make. I don't know. Like, cause part of me wants to say no because I know everyone's gonna. I don't want Tyler to win twice in a row, and I know I have a lot of Creed fans. I have a lot of Creed fans. Oh my gosh! But part of me for the
It's those
meme
late
wants to
30s
say
people,
yes.
you know.
But like, it's because his second pick is MXPX, to where it's like I feel like a hypocrite if I say no to Creed and say yes to MXPX.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Chris. I think we have to. let
we
it
will
slide.
respect your opinions for sure.
We'll,
I
we'll,
think
we'll
we
give
have-
it to you, and I'm just praying
give it to you.
that everybody hates Creed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what else does Tyler have, right? You got
Really nothing.
Zombie
It's
EP.
MXPX and Creed.
No, I mean the rest
Oh,
of his
okay,
picks,
okay.
the categories.
Oh, he.
What do I have? Am I
Okay,
gonna
hold on.
win?
We're just gonna put Creed.
Did you
and
get
then we're
Breaker, or
about
was
to
that
do a
Gary?
recap once
Gary
we go
did
through the
this
last. We have a couple picks.
Okay,
up.
okay.
Okay.
Sorry for breaking you guys for a little bit. I didn't mean to.
No, that was all
It
good.
hurts me having to write this name out on the list.
Oh my gosh.
I loved that your second pick was.
Were they
the
not
second
baking
Creed
Canada?
album.
I don't know. I didn't grow up listening to music in
Christian
general,
music?
like especially secular music. But like,
Wow.
no, like I wasn't really allowed. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't really a thing our family would do, like listen to the radio or listen.
Right.
And like we were a very what do you call it? Like strict Christian household. And when I got
Yeah.
into music in 2007 and like being like, oh, there's good Christian music that's like not church music, and then getting into rock, my parents were very supportive of me listening to rock. And then they had a harder time when I got into metal, but they have
yeah.
since come around and they're okay with it and they love everything I do here. But
That's cool.
like, yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of these classic bands from the 90s and 2000s that like secular bands, but I've never just sat there and listened to a lot of them, and Creed being one of them. Like, regardless of where their faith was, I just never really listened to them.
Right.
But I know of them, and I know those songs, like the Take Me Higher song. I've heard that on the radio all the time.
Have you seen the Christmas carolers that go door to door singing
No.
Creed?
That's hilarious.
It's awesome. That
so good.
would make my day.
People open the door and the song starts and they're like, what is this? And then once they get to the chorus, they're like, oh, that's
Tyler would invite them in to perform a concert.
You
in
guys
the
want a
living
cup
room.
of coffee or just keep singing? Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a Patreon. They all bought you cups of coffee.
It's true. That is true. We have so much coffee. It's great.
So we're down to my last pick and then Gary's last pick, and we're done.
What's your
I got
category?
concept record, and this is really hard because there's one that's like really well respected, and I think Sean would really. Actually, there's two in this category.
I almost took it.
I know. I'm like, but I don't. There was one that was mentioned.
You're experiencing the same thing I did, didn't you? It's not well known enough.
Yeah, but I picked.
It is a popularity.
I did have the Becoming the Archetype, Children of the Great Extinction on my list, which is gone, obviously. I have one that's two that are lesser known. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just hoping a lot of you fans are going to come through on this one. A Secret Ending, Fishers of Men.
Oh. Okay, I wasn't.
No, you're thinking what the other ones. I'll wait to say what they were, but
Yeah, I chose it last
That's
time.
an interesting pick.
wait, yeah. So Gary, wait, what is Gary's? Oh, we're done our concepts. Okay, I can say what they were then. I was very debating between Taming Tongues by Dens and
Into the
Sea by Atlas. I didn't want to pick that one
Yeah.
because we did mention it and pick it last
I
time.
picked that last time, yeah.
But
Yeah.
my last one on that list that I was very heavily debating, it's kind of a sleeper pick, was the shirt Your Hands Write History. Solar Paradigm Triunity. I was very close to picking
good
that,
one.
but I think A Secret Ending has gained enough popularity and respect in the scene. And Fishers of Men is just an incredible concept of a record. It's not my favorite A Secret Ending overall, but almost everything he does recently is concept records. But
Have you guys heard that?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, he
really
puts
cool.
out like so much music.
He does.
Like that year, he also released the EP
Hellquakes, and then
Yeah,
that was
which I
early
love.
that
Hellquakes
year,
is
and
really
then
good.
late in the year was Fishers of Men, and then
Yeah, I was like an EP and a full length in the same year.
but then he
That's
took a
totally
year and then did the Hexameron EP like late
was pretty cool.
2023, which was really good. That was a good concept as well. But I think Fishers of Men as like a full album, 12
that was really
songs,
cool.
12 apostles. Like I think it's a really cool concept and
It is.
cool history lesson.
Does anyone else have any crazy concepts that they didn't get to bring up?
I had the two I had left that haven't been mentioned were In Those Days and also After,
I had that on there
Meadows
too.
got that
and
too.
then Exile by Demon Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Would For Today
I
Portraits
had-
count?
Is that a concept record?
Would you say that?
the
I mean, it's
concept?
biblical figures. They kind of go through.
I
each
guess.
one.
I never thought of that one as a concept record, but I guess technically
Yeah.
speaking,
Yeah.
that
was
would
on
be
there, but-
naming wise.
Too bad I took it.
I guess
Well,
it's kind of
Gary,
similar.
you got
I
a final
had,
pick?
Well, my concept ones I didn't get to say.
Oh, okay.
There was one that was going to be
Say it.
controversial.
Yeah.
King's Kaleidoscope.
Oh.
Zeal.
Oh,
Zeal
that
is a
the
really
one with
good
the
record.
prayer on it.
No,
No.
Zeal's the
Okay.
2019 one.
It's the ring with the slash and rainbow on
Oh,
one side,
got it.
black and
yeah,
white
that's
on the
a
other.
great record.
Yeah, it's like the stages of someone's faith
Oh, interesting.
after deconstruction. So from beginning to end is like the stages that he matures in his faith,
Oh, okay.
regaining his foundation, focusing on Christ. That's what that EP
Got it.
or that whole album is about. But
Dude,
I like King's Kaleidoscope.
there is a song. Gosh, I think it's Oxygen on that album on Zeal, and he has a recording of his mom singing "Jesus Loves Me"
Right.
From like a radio
from
or
like a
something, yeah.
way back then, and he incorporated it into the song, and it gives me goosebumps when I hear it. It's so
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, such an awesome record.
So yeah, I'm last pick for the whole shebang,
you
and
have
I don't
left?
know what to pick.
What category?
My category is pre-2000.
Oh,
You guys left these to the
Sorry,
end.
Greed.
dude, the
I had-
world is your oyster right now.
Yeah, I have 5 choices on here, and you guys just barely moved beyond 1997.
My oldest one.
I'm sure I have at least 3 of those 5. on my
I'll tell
list.
you after your pick, but I got some older ones than that.
Well, I could go popularity contest and pick something everybody knows. I don't think I'm gonna do that. But something that I think would mesh with the rest of my stuff. I'm gonna hate my choice afterwards, but I said I was gonna do this when I first talked to Tyler. I'm still gonna do it. I'm picking Stavesacre Speakeasy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just like a millionaire, one life without you.
Dave Zaker fan.
Cool.
And that one is like 90. I have to look at
That's a band I haven't gotten around to checking out yet.
They have some good stuff.
hear a lot of
I don't know
interesting-
how much you're gonna like them, just knowing your musical taste.
Speakeasy's 1999.
What they're like pretty. Are they hardcore or what are they?
It's like-
Nope. No
Hard rock.
hard rock. Okay,
So I mean,
like
you
who?
know,
They're kind of like it's more grungy.
they're
isn't it?
unique.
Okay,
Yeah, they're grungy, but the vocals don't
Yeah,
match
that's
grunge. So a lot of people that know Dave Zaker, they either really, really, really like them or they just don't care.
got it.
And it's usually his voice. So you know the band Neon Horse?
Yes. Oh, Neon Horse.
No, I don't. Actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Never mind
I
that. Do you
have
know
to
the
make a
band?
reel of that. Thank you.
Gary, this is what you do. You come up with these. You tell me these bands that have these crazy names that there's no way they exist. You're like, yeah, I had Grandma
Okay.
Train. Yeah, Beanbag.
Neon Horse.
Those aren't.
And Family Force 5 were the only two bands that my brother ever gave a crap about when I got into music. Like
Really?
he doesn't care about music really, but he was super hardcore into Family Force 5 and Neon Horse. Like it was literally just those two. He bought
Are
the
they
CDs.
Neon Horse
Those are
is
the only
weird.
CDs
Really
he ever
funny.
bought.
Yeah, Neon Horse is a great Halloween band.
Interesting.
They're on
I'm
they're on
so
an episode of
confused.
Sons of Anarchy, but
Oh my
that's
gosh.
kind of their only thing. But rewinding, Dave Zaker.
Yeah.
So Solomon, before joining Dave Zaker, he was in a band called The Crucified.
Oh,
So,
okay,
The
I know
Monoliths
that.
early 90s
for pre 2000s.
But I mean that's Crucified's very old. But
Oh,
so
yeah.
anyway, it's his it's mostly clean singing.
Okay,
It's rock. I have of this vinyl
is that the
on the
album?
wall.
Okay.
Fiction. No, Speakeasy's all red. It has more hits. It's got more plays. If people know Dave Zaker, they'll know that one.
So you must really
Yeah.
love this album if this is the one you chose, right?
Speak Easy, I think, is the one
Well, I
that I,
like it all.
actually know the name of. Like, I've heard that.
Got
But
it.
I,
What other pre-2000s did ever?
So I skipped on Tourniquet, Vanishing Lessons.
ooh.
Okay.
I skipped on Project 86, self-titled,
Yep.
which is the name of the album. It is not their self-titled. It is called self-titled, to be clear. Grandma
like
Train
that.
Flying and Audio Adrenaline Bloom.
I'm sorry,
Audio Adrenaline.
Grandma what?
Yeah,
funny.
Sean, if you want Christian Pearl Jam or Christian Nirvana, Grandma Train. It's
Grandma Train.
ran by Pete
Like
Stewart.
grandma?
Nope,
Or like
grandma.
grandma?
Grandma Train.
two
Grandma.
M's. Yeah, one word,
Okay.
Grandma Train. And
like
the
I've
lead
heard
singer is Pete Stewart. He was the lead guitarist in DC Talk.
Oh, I've seen this. Imperium? Is that their record?
Don't listen to their newest album. He is not a
Wait,
Christian
he was
anymore.
he
Oh,
was
one.
in DC Talk, you said?
Yep, as their guitarist.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So just recently,
That's
Gary
really interesting.
was over at my place, and I was driving in my truck, and
Oh,
I
I've seen this
sometimes
album
show him some
cover.
old stuff that I listened to back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think it was System of a Down I put on, and he stopped. He's, hey, no. You want Christian System of a Down? Boom. Put on Grandma Train.
I put on Beanbag.
and I put on Beanbag. That's what it was, Beanbag. Then I put on like, I don't know what it was, Corn or something. He's like, no. Here we go, Grandma Train. And then it's just like, that's what Gary does. He has a Christian response.
Grandma Train
to
sound like
everything.
corn?
Just like,
No.
there was something that
Tyler played
that sounded
something.
like
I don't remember
corn.
what it was. And we're
like,
like,
nobody sounds like corn. Like no one.
Yeah, that's true.
Except
East
Brian
West.
Ed Welch. No, I'm just kidding.
East West.
East West.
Oh,
You
East
think they sound
West
like
is
corn?
good. That's a good band, man. I was actually
I
gonna.
don't know, that new metal, noisy. I mean, no one sounds like vocally like Korn.
Y'all are exposing me here. I have.
You
no
don't.
clue
You've
what
never heard
you're
of
talking
East
about.
West? Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're not on
Maybe
Spotify.
if I saw it.
They have one
like I've
song.
seen this Grandma Train album cover before.
Vintage. I have their
East
2003
West.
vintage album.
So Grandma Train Flying is one of my favorite, but Lonely House is probably the closest you're going to get to like Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Good times.
The other pre-2000s I had Flesh and Blood by
Yeah.
No Innocent Victim. I also had
a great one.
Burial by Extol. I'm really surprised that didn't get picked.
That would have been
And
good.
then
a
I
lot of
also
Extol
had Embrace
big
the
fans.
Eternal, the first ever deathcore record.
Oh,
That was the first ever Christian deathcore record.
Wait,
a lot of people
that's
say
the-
it's the first deathcore record ever.
That's the name of the band?
Embrace the Eternal by Embodiment.
Oh, Embodiment, right? I still have to listen to that.
Yeah.
I have
A lot of people credit
Embodiments.
that as being like one of the like first 2 or 3 deathcore records ever.
So it's crazy. I don't know how many of you had Reborn by Living Sacrifice or Living Sacrifice.
I had.
But okay, other than that, all 4 of my other picks were not mentioned at all, except in passing one or a couple of them now. But so I had Where Blood and Fire Bring Rest by Zayo.
I thought someone would have Zayo.
The Pillars
If
of
you were going to allow Zayo, but not Creed.
early Zayo. Holy Frisco.
You just need
This was
but
early
Splinter
Creed,
Shard
Chris.
is like the
Early
only Christian
Creed.
Zayo, right?
The Crucified Pillars of Humanity, that was 91. The remaster or whatever re-release cover art was sick.
Yeah.
Strong Arm, The Advent of a Miracle.
Oh,
That's a
great
good one.
record.
And the oldest one, at least on my list, from 86, To Hell with the Devil by Striper. I was heavily debating on using that.
I'm
Should've done
surprised nobody
Strong
had Vengeance Rising.
Oh, yeah.
Their first one.
Yeah. The one with the hand being crucified.
Yep. I was just telling Tyler about them. Yeah, well, the other day when we were recording.
Yeah. Dude, I'm bummed about the Strong Arm now. 'Cause I actually like Strong Arm. That would have been
Strong
a
Arm
great
is cool.
choice.
It's a good record.
Hey, I'm gonna manifest it, quote unquote. Strong Arm at First Fest this year would be pretty cool.
Didn't they just
They're
go like,
watching and they're like, oh, dang it, they figured it out.
Now we have to go. We got to get back together.
So just quickly, I'll just run through anything that wasn't mentioned on my end. Debut records, Fit for a King. It wasn't one of my top picks. I just had it on their Descendants,
Okay.
like their original release of
just in
Descendants.
case?
Yeah.
The Week's
Hey,
End
you have
by
that
Emery.
CD? If you have that
Had
CD
that
of
on
Fit for
mine,
a King,
too.
it's worth money.
Yeah, it's worth a
With
lot.
their
I've
first
seen it
song.
online.
I had it and I sold
Somebody
it. Like
has a
couple years
signed
ago.
copy for sale on Discogs, and it's like a couple $100.
I think I sold it for like $50.
End of Silence by Red. End of
Yeah, I had
Gray
that.
by Decipher Down. That is
That's a good one.
underrated debut record. And then lastly, For All Eternity, Beyond the Gates.
Yep, I have
That's a
that
really
too.
Great
one.
one. Great one.
Love that.
Then
album.
quickly, so concept record, we talked about those ones. EPs, I'm surprised nobody brought this up. Havel by Bloodlines.
on
I
my
was
list.
choosing
Yeah.
between that and Thus Saith the Lord.
And then I had Thus Saith the Lord. I Am Terrified, self-titled. Such an amazing EP.
It's a good one.
We As Human, Burning Satellites. Kind of a niche pick. I don't know how many people actually would know about that.
I'm
What, We As
surprised we
Human?
didn't have any.
I still
Earthquakes.
own it.
We as humans
physically.
from Idaho,
Really?
down the road.
Oh, nice.
Are they really?
My
That's cool.
college roommate's sister dated the lead singer in high school.
Of I Am
Oh,
Terrified.
wow.
No, We as humans.
No.
Oh, We As Human. Sorry. Wow. That's crazy. Well,
That's
good thing
cool.
they only dated. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just that up.
Yikes!
Yikes. You're leaving that in.
Leave it in.
I'm sorry. I'm
Leave it
sorry. I'm
in.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, he repented. No, he came back to the faith recently,
So that's.
which is
I'm
really
sorry.
Just saying,
This is unfair
didn't lose
joke,
his salvation. But
Well, no, never mind. That's a whole nother discussion.
we'll talk after.
Yeah. And then I also had Revive the Masses by Lifelong
Wow.
as an EP. And then,
Oh, that's a good EP.
That one with the torch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
like that
EP.
EP.
It was way better than the.
It's got
that
one great song.
Yeah. What? Oh man. Cover art. My last ones were The Serpent Servant by Impending Doom. I had The Heart of Man by In the Midst of Lions. And my
okay.
sleeper pick for art that nobody probably would have agreed with, but I just thought it would be nice to mention, The Great White Whale by Secret and Whisper.
Okay.
That's the whale in the birdcage.
Yeah. Very simple art, but I think it's pretty iconic, like when you see it.
That's cool.
So those are all of my unmentioned picks.
Zero Sleeping Giant has been
Yeah, that's
mentioned,
crazy.
right? We didn't even.
So, speaking of that,
Here we go.
my debut, I was choosing between the God Machine. It was between the God Machine and the Holy Name record.
Oh, Holy Name.
Oh, Holy
Yeah,
Name. Yeah,
Holy
that
Name's
was on mine too.
Yep.
But it's just too polarizing. There's people could like 4 out of 5 of mine, and if they don't like Holy Name, I'm probably not getting their
vote.
vote. and a lot of people don't like Holy Name.
Really?
I had Sons of Thunder on my list
Oh, yeah.
for Sleeping Giant for debut.
Sons of Thunder was their
Was
second
Sons of-
album.
No, Dread Champs was
Oh,
their.
shoot!
That would have been hilarious if
Dude,
you.
you're
actually
right.
Oh shoot! I could have done Dread Champs.
Oh,
That's an
that would have been
amazing
so
record.
bad.
How did
Dread
I?
Champ is
I
great.
wish you
I
picked.
told-
If I
can
would've
I
done
wish
that-
that you picked Sons of Thunder because that would have.
If I would have done that, I would never have recovered.
That would have been so funny.
I'd have to quit the podcast right now.
Yo, dude, do you have
Oh
a
my
man
gosh.
bun?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay,
I
I
just
thought.
have. No, I
You moved
don't.
your headphones.
No, I really can't recover, Chris. You can't say that. This is audio. People are just gonna listen.
Yeah.
I gotta say stuff to bring them to my channel to watch the video.
They're gonna like, dude, if he has a man bun, we are unsubscribing right now from All Consuming Podcast.
I'm looking for a new co-host.
someone that doesn't like Creed and doesn't have a man bun.
Stops talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh man.
Sounds like I'm your man. No, I'm just kidding. We can swap. Tyler, you can be the KingdomCore Podcast.
Wow,
Tyler, how are your editing skills?
You know what? I don't edit at all. I sit there and watch Gary
Great.
edit.
So
He makes exactly
So
what
all
I do.
consuming podcast would become absolutely amazing because we'd have two people editing it, and the KingdomCore
Okay,
podcast would have no editing.
I've learned a lot by watching Gary do it. I don't know if I could do it, but I've seen him do it for hours
Yeah.
on end. So
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
So we going through anyone else's
cover
list?
arts. Yeah, cover arts that I didn't do that weren't already chosen were "The King Is Coming" by Saving Grace.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep, that's on my list.
Great. "Time and Eternal" by Colossus. That has really good album
Is
art.
that the one that's
It's like brownish.
it's
color
like a
scheme.
wasteland with like swords in the sand and he's like standing there?
Yeah. By the way, that is a really, really underrated album. Then I've also got "Deeper Water" by Cliffside. Absolutely adore that
yeah.
album art. And then "Slave to Nothing" by Fit for a King. I think that's,
That's a
good
great one,
album
yeah.
artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did you guys have?
For cover art, yeah, I had Saving Grace like you did. I had Hands, Give
Okay.
Me Rest.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm wearing the shirt.
I know, I saw that.
yep.
Love the remake of the
on my
art
list.
of it.
Oh yeah.
But that's other than that, you guys mentioned all the other cover arts I wanted to hit.
Okay.
Oh no, I had Norma Jean, All Hail.
Ooh, yeah.
I almost put that on art. That's a good cover.
It's just too. You can't get it tattooed. That's right behind my head, but it's the little emoji. All hail.
Yeah.
The praise
it is.
emoji.
Yeah.
I did really want to do a Demon Hunter album. I had the triptych for album art because I think just Demon Hunter in general
Yeah.
is kind of a
it's huge.
iconic.
And you
That's
could
true.
go with all their
That was taken.
alternative versions because there's like three
Oh,
covers
yeah.
for the triptych. Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
there's so many.
Yeah.
They have so many good covers. It's ridiculous.
That's about it for me.
Any other categories that
Yeah,
didn't get hit?
just run through each one of you at a time. Whatever hasn't been mentioned, just mention it, the category and the name.
I did have Thrill Seeker on debut.
Okay.
You know, I think there's a
There's a
there's
crowd
an
for that.
a group of people out there that love Thrill Seeker, right?
There is, yeah.
And so, and there's definitely songs in there I absolutely love, but I think it wasn't super high on my
Yeah.
list. Had Sons of Thunder, found out that, jeez, that was bad. That was bad. Week's End on there also. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the
I
best
thought you were
debuts.
going to choose that.
I thought he was.
I
too.
think I chose it last time, so I
You
tried
did.
to stay away.
You did.
Close Your Eyes, We Will Overcome.
I was expecting that too.
Did we mention?
Yeah,
oh wait, no. I guess we
fantastic.
mentioned "Close Your Eyes," but not that record last time. Right.
Yeah. Pre-2000s, I had Life in General, MXPX as my backup, and Flesh and Blood, No Innocent Victim I had on there too. P.O.D. was taken also. Everything else I think we've kind of mentioned
Yeah.
that I had on here. Havel, Bloodlines, that was my backup pick if I didn't get
Also,
Zombie.
that would have been great for EP and also cover art. That was
Yeah, you love that
cover
one, huh?
was- oof.
It's
yeah.
a cool cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's about it.
So for me, the debuts that didn't get hit, the Showdown.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in
Gosh,
slow
that's a good
motion.
one.
Phoenix.
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
good
that's a
one.
good one.
Mailing in the Sons of Disaster.
Oh yeah.
The Almost.
The almost
Southern
is so
Weather.
good.
Great.
Dude, that would have been such a good pick.
I was
take it.
contemplating having them on there.
For the only other one that wasn't mentioned was a concept for Forevermore.
Integral, okay.
Integral.
How do you say it?
Dude, that album is so good.
The whole album is based on the spiral dynamics theory. Like basically there's multiple stages of life, and every song is a stage that you go through from, it's a mental development of a human. The stages you go to become an adult.
That's cool.
The album is way too smart for my comprehension.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. I was going to post a less smart Forevermore reel shortly. It's coming up.
Yeah, they didn't like make it big, They've had the right sound, but I feel like they just didn't get
close.
And Kramer, who took over vocals for those two Solid State record releases, and also his old band on Face Down. He's probably one of those few people that wears crossover on Face Down and Solid State.
What's he from? Onward to Olympus.
Onward to Olympus.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a great vocalist.
Absolutely.
He became a realtor. You were talking about that.
Dude, everybody becomes a realtor.
There's got to be money in it, dude. That's why.
Even Tommy Green went into
transition
realty when they quit.
I think it's an easy transition because you don't really have to go to quote. You don't need a degree for it,
Right. And you can still make a good living.
And you got to be sociable. And they just went on tour for a decade, and they talked to strangers all day.
And you need to know how to sell hard things because they had to sell their metal bands.
They've been selling merch for 10 years.
Yeah.
So house is easy, that's so good. Anything else, like Gary, Tyler?
I was trying to find a spot for Under Oath. I couldn't find a spot for.
I almost did cover art for Define the Great Line.
I contemplated even They're Only Chasing Safety. That is iconic. It's an iconic cover, but
that really is.
It's not as far as the actual cover art to look at. It's not the best. But
I thought about for debut. Where is it? I always get it mixed up. Let me make sure I have it right. Here it is. I thought about Active Depression.
For Under Oath, yeah. Their first couple of records
also could have been a pre 2000 as well.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, we were wondering that too. To change it.
That's their first, I think, signed record.
I guess that would be their debut record.
Would that be debut or would the
because
I guess the other ones were technically EPs because they had
is 47 minutes an EP though?
Oh, it's 47 minutes.
6 songs, 47 minutes.
Wow.
For Active Depression,
kind of because they were basically
5 songs, 43 minutes for Cries of the Past.
Dang.
Those aren't EPs, man.
I guess
prog bands put those out every year and are listen to our new album and it's 4 songs, 50 minutes.
Right. Well, guys, I think I'll just quickly run through. We'll give our last little our final pick list here, and we'll call it a day. And we're gonna turn it over to the fans, and you guys can vote for who you thought had the best. So, Sean,
if you vote for me or Tyler, we'll give you ad-free episodes.
Bribing.
And if you don't vote for me, I'll put ads in my episode.
we could literally
ads.
do that if you attached your Stripe account or whatever it's called.
We should do that.
We've had the option.
Gives us more money to invest into.
We've made 25 cents. It's been awesome. It's been great.
Yeah. So, Sean, his picks here in order: War of Ages, Dominion cover art, P.O.D. Fundamental Elements of Southtown pre-2000s, Oh Sleeper, Son of the Morning for concept, Phineas, The God Machine for the debut record, and Reformed, Thus Saith the Lord for his EP.
Pretty good picks, dude. Solid roster.
I feel good about it.
Tyler, we got the Devil Wears Prada Zombie EP for EP. Impending Doom, Nail Dead Risen for debut. Convictions, I Won't Survive for concept. Norma Jean, Bless the Martyr and Kiss the Child for cover art.
Come on, dude. You were literally just talking about iconic cover art, and you have to laugh when you say mine.
Even better, Creed, the Human Clay.
Well, we lost.
I did not expect.
Good game.
I'm going to be so pissed pissed when Tyler wins again.
I thought we were past this.
Oh, Sean, you just
couldn't
lost
read it
at
without-
least 100 votes because you said that word.
Okay.
You couldn't read it without actually laughing at me. I thought we were past this. Dude.
I'm just looking at it. It makes me laugh. I'm sorry. Okay.
You know, I thought it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this
We're
bad.
okay. We all have stuff to. I think Gary's the only one who hasn't annoyed people. So I'm laughing at Tyler's pick. So nobody wants to pick for me. Sean just said the P word, so nobody's gonna pick for him. And then Tyler picked Creed. So Gary's the only one who hasn't done anything to annoy anybody.
Thank you, everyone, for your votes.
Okay, so my roster: Living Sacrifice, Reborn for pre-2000s, Demon Hunter, self-titled for debut, A Feast for Kings, Hell on Earth EP, the Ascendicate, To Die as Kings for the cover art. I feel like that's probably the most unrecognized album probably mentioned, and A Secret Ending, Fishers of Men for concept. Gary, ooh, man, this is, I think I agree with everything but your final pick, but For Today Breaker for cover art, Becoming the Archetype, Children of the Great Extinction for concept, Haste the Day, Burning Bridges for debut, Wolves at the
That's
Gate,
stacked.
reprise for EP, and Stave Saker, Speak Easy for pre-2000s.
Your first three are super stacked. I could
So
see some
stacked.
people. I could see Stave Saker and Reprise.
So were we not allowed to
scared away
pick
some people.
stuff from last year?
No, we were.
No,
Just want no
we
limits.
Totally were. Why?
I was just
picked
asking, 'cause I think I
picked,
totally did
Thus
pick-
saith the Lord.
Yeah. Thus saith the Lord, and then like the secret
just
ending
came
from
out
23.
4
Those
months
are
ago.
probably the newest ones. But yeah, wow. I think that could be a category next time. Something released the year of, like, so in
Well,
2025,
yeah,
it has to be a 2025 release up till March.
Just do like a 90s album, a 2000s album, a 2010s.
Oh, the
Decade.
decade.
Ooh, that'd be good.
That's
And
not
even
2020s,
80s.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
80s. I don't even know if I listened to any 80s
Yeah.
Christian metal. I'll be
To hell with the
honest.
devil. That's the only one.
Well,
All right.
I'll hook you up.
I got to choose Vengeance Rising first pick.
There you go. Vengeance Rising.
So
Bride.
who do we think won? Like, can we give our predictions?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think Sean has the
Really? You
best.
do?
Truthfully, yeah, I do.
Thank you.
I think Tyler's got it with his
hoping.
Creed.
You really think so?
I really think Tyler might just. Dude, I have a lot of Creed fans.
I don't know. I'm thinking Gary.
Gary stacked
I'm
up.
hoping
Gary.
Stave Saker fans will back me up.
Yeah.
We're a
Be
hardy bunch.
interesting.
Fans, you got to come through for me. Nobody's
Hardy
going my
bunch.
way here. I need your help.
Still solid though, Chris. It's still very
Thank
respectable.
you.
I mean, yeah, you got Demon Hunter and Living Sacrifice.
And
Those are two.
I feel like
True.
A Feast for Kings, Hell on Earth as an EP. If enough people have listened to it, maybe that one will get some
It's
love.
good.
But
Really good. Yeah.
yeah, no, that was fun, guys. Thank you for joining
That
us
was
again.
really fun.
We have to do this more often, but
We do.
Absolutely.
We
maybe
really do.
maybe we'll do like just a general chat episode sometime later this year.
Yeah.
and then
Bring you guys on a core values episode.
That'd be fun.
That
Dude,
would be
I
sweet.
want to do an album breakdown. Those sound so fun.
Sweet.
yeah, no, that'd be
Sounds
awesome.
like
So-
sometime we can do that.
So
for
everybody
sure.
go check out All Consuming Podcast if you haven't. Anything specific you guys want to plug while you're here? Discord.
Go for it, Gary.
We're on
Yes,
social
join their
stuff.
Discord.
But really, like, we'd love it if people would check out our core values. It's like a new thing we started doing like a month ago. It's a weekly episode where we just Friday nights, or for us, Thursday nights, right? 9 p.m. on the awesome coast, the West Coast. Music drops at 9 p.m. So Tyler and I hop on at 9:30,
Right.
and we just go through new releases from the week. And
Yeah.
I mean, we mostly just goof off and go, "Oh, this breakdown's cool. Hey, here's a new band from Colorado. Here's a band from Ohio. Whatever." They're shorter episodes, although sometimes they go long. But so
They're
yeah, we
fun.
just kind of want
I
more
like them.
feedback and see how people, if that's something we want to keep doing, because it is like a weekly thing. There's a commitment to it. So
Yep.
check
I've
'em out.
enjoyed the first 3 so far, if that means anything.
Yeah, we try to release
appreciate
them every Wednesday.
Follow us on socials, Instagram, all that stuff. We try to release some funny stuff and all that good stuff. We're excited for what's to come,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Sick. Well, thank you guys. And we now turn it over to you, the fans. Check out the Kingdom
Go
Core
vote.
page. I guess we'll tag All Consuming Podcast
We'll probably
and For the Rock.
post it.
All of us will be in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look for the post the day that this drops. We don't know the date yet, but just look for the post. It'll have
When you
all of our
listen to
cover
this,
art
do it today.
records. Yeah, do it when you're listening to it. Go
right
check it
now.
out.
Be ready with your vote after listening to this for when we post.
Sean will
about-
mail an I voted sticker to each person.
We should have those.
I
Yeah,
will.
why not?
Yeah, so we're stoked to see what happens, and yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys. We will
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
see you next time.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to say a quick thank you for listening to yet another episode of the Kingdom Core Podcast. This was episode 40, which is insane, but we have a couple really big ones planned for the near future. Thank you, Tyler and Gary from the All Consuming Podcast, for coming on, and also a huge thank you to all our Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/the Kingdom Core Podcast. Yeah, first we want to thank our core givers, Anthony Kuchma, Aaron Peter, Fabian Richter, Frankie Blocker, Jonathan Lyman, and Steve Michalowski. Thank you guys all so much for supporting us constantly and for such a long time. Also, the Dead Pedal Coffee Company for being our true fan supporters. You guys are absolute rock stars. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you for your constant support ever since the beginning. And all the other patrons, you guys are awesome as well. Your guys' support is not forgotten. So thank you all so much for listening. We will see you soon. Peace.